second day, the second last day of the Whole Life Coach certification. And then tonight we're doing the party, right? Down on the beach. Yeah. We'll have fun. We're going to have lots of fun, right? And so I'm leaving. I leave Monday morning and I go to Melbourne and then I fly and I get into Puerto Rico on Tuesday night. Okay, it's a long flight, this one. And then in Puerto Rico, well, we're gonna do the, getting the university all locked down, okay? I'm opening up an office there. And then from there, I go to Texas to sign a contract to create a huge space. It's 8,000 square foot fulfillment center for the United States. It'll also have a clinic. It'll also have unbelievable juice bar there because we'll supply vegetable juices cheaper than anybody else anywhere. And we'll sell it by the pint, by the quart, by the gallon to everybody in the area. You know, I've got a juicer that stands 5 feet high and it's 4 feet wide. Okay. And it's 250 pounds and it's called a Good Life. It's the best juicer in the world and it makes nectar. It doesn't make juice. Okay. So we'll be opening that up and Sage will be looking after running that. And then I'll be going to Kelowna and I'll be in Kelowna on the second week of September, and I'm going to do a lecture in Kelowna. I'm going to do a day with the doc, and then you guys can see all the other things going on. And then we'll be in Bonita, Florida in October, and that'll be the last course of the year. And I've changed things for Puerto Rico because I'm reshooting the Braveheart online emotional intelligence masterclass. I'm going to shoot it in Africa on safari and in a really big studio. And so I'm going to be there for part of September, January, and into February. And then, so what's going to happen is in Puerto Rico, we're going to do a Braveheart Circle in Puerto Rico. And it's around the 10th of January. And then we're going to do a pelvic restoration course. So the Braveheart Circle is only 4 days. So people want to go there for a holiday, they can go for a holiday. Then they can go take a day off, and then it's the pelvic 3-day course, and that's going to happen in Puerto Rico. And then a day after that, Sage will be doing the Wolfe Non-Surgical course there. There will be no Whole Life Coach course because it's really important that I get this masterclass done because it's going to be going on the Braveheart Nation app, which will be coming out that month, around February, the new app that we're creating that's being built for us right now. And that app is basically free to the world, and it's going to have so many options on it for people to actually learn and learn how to love themselves and to love their life. And so if they never can get to us, no matter, all they have to do is own a phone and we can get to them. We can get to them with everything and just help to support them. And then we'll be starting our courses. The first course I think is going to be in Texas in the spring. Then it'll be in Barrie. Then it'll be in Kelowna. And then as soon as we get that done, we're coming back here, and we'll be here in I think it's July. And then I'll be doing 2 back-to-back Whole Life Coach courses. And then there'll be a Wolfe Non-Surgical course. And then there'll be a pelvic restoration course again at the end. And I will be doing a day with the doc in Melbourne. And then in Sydney, I'll be doing a night lecture. And then Brisbane, I'll be doing, I think it's a day with the doc. And then in Byron Bay, it's just a night lecture. And then I'll be doing a night lecture here. And then we'll start the whole course routine here. But I will be here for almost 2 months. Okay, so I won't be rushing this time. I wanted to stay a week here after I was finished and just kind of float in and out of the non-surgical course. But since we have this order called Malta coming from Europe to actually bring us into their protection, okay? So anyway, so today I want to call this Psychos for Hire, Psychos on Fire. So if you didn't notice, the psychos of the world have all come together and they've strategized a beautiful strategy, and they've been holding, right now they hold 8 billion people captive, yes or no? They poison the water, the air, the food, your mind all the time with tell-lie vision, because they tell a lie and they give you a vision of what they want you to view the world as, okay? But understand this, I have to do this in code. In Hawaii, what just went down in Hawaii is happening in Kelowna. So I don't know what's going on. I'll mind my own business. I'll find out tomorrow. But the reality is in Kelowna, the same thing that happened in Hawaii is in different parts of Kelowna. Kelowna is actually like you probably look it up. Kelowna is like the gemstone of Canada. Wineries, mountains, a 75-mile lake that's 360 feet deep. It's got 15-foot sturgeons in the actual water. It's called the breadbasket of Canada for growing food, and just the beauty of everything. So just know this, 3 fires started that weren't even near each other, and all the winds came up right now. And understand, this morning at 4 o'clock, not 4 o'clock, at 7:30 my time, my staff had to leave the Kelowna warehouse because the fire was coming down the hill. So the reality is here is, just so you know, if you were to do and look at cycles, not psychos, but cycles, you would know that this weather that we're getting is exactly the same. We get cycles and they repeat themselves continually, like the tide coming in, the tide coming out, the sun setting, the sun coming up, this temperature. Listen to me. There is no climate thing. There is no COVID thing. There is nothing going on. So I did a post. Isn't it something? I did a post just a day ago of this guy running with a baton and handing it to another runner just ahead of him. And the guy running's name was COVID, and the guy running ahead of him was named Climate. So now Climate's running with it. And then as soon as Climate's done running with it, he's going to give it to the 15-minute city. Okay? And then he's going to give it to the digital world that we're going into. So they're all going to get to hand it off, and it's always been a distraction. And I've never given a crap about any of this stuff for like 25 years. That's why I get so much done. That's why I have so much fun. And the reality is that the majority are always going to buy into this. Okay. So right now, the majority watch the news and everything's climate. So everybody's going, oh my God, they were so right. Oh my God, we're going to have to go 15 minutes. Oh my God, I'm going to get that electric car so that I can just blow my prostate up with all that EMF, and I can blow my ovaries and uterus up, okay? And we're going to go electric, which causes more toxicity on the planet. Just like, getting everybody to, I love this, cycle. We all need to recycle. Well, we're all recycled. Okay, so recycle my ass. Okay, let me tell you something. Most of the recycle you do goes into the same garbage dump as all the rest. You don't know it? Why don't you go do some homework, be your own detective. Understand, the Rockefellers, they replaced everything that was glass. Okay, and glass is made from sand, from silica. We got tons of it. There's no problem there. And they went and they made the plastic. Now they wrap everything in plastic. Meanwhile, I go to the grocery store. Did you bring your own bag? We're recycling. We won't give you a plastic bag because we don't want any more plastic. But just know this. We put all your fruits and vegetables in plastic. We put all your food in plastic, which is petroleum, which is the Rockefellers, who own the medical system, okay, that are poisoning everybody. And I'll probably lose TikTok, and I don't really give a crap, okay, because understand something right now. Enough is enough. The best thing that you'll ever do is to unconditionally love and care for yourself, because if you did that, you wouldn't pick for low vibrational BS belief systems. You wouldn't be eating low vibrational food. And somebody says to me, do you recycle? I don't need to. I don't buy all this garbage. I don't need to recycle. Are you doing your part? Of course I'm doing my part. To teach people how to become brave hearts, to love and guess what? And to understand that there are no authorities over us. There is no authorities over us. Let me say this right now. Every policeman out there, mind your own business. Okay? Your police are not your friend. The government, there's a government inside of a government that's been running them since the beginning of time. So keep on voting and keep on wishing well that it's all going to work out. Okay? You do know, and I said it yesterday, that every grocery store is owned by BlackRock and Vanguard in Australia. And one night they're just going to do this, and they're going to shut every grocery store down. Or they're going to say, guess what? You guys don't need the digital approval. So guess what? Now, guess what? As soon as you go in there, you are not going to get served. You better make sure you've got a friend with a farmer friend. This is all getting to be a little bit ridiculous. I don't give a crap what they try to do to me. I am not threatened by them. I am not scared by them. And right now they're burning my friends and my families out of their homes all around the world. So I don't really give a crap. Why don't every one of you platforms punish me for a week, a month, a year? Don't really care. Don't really care, because I'm never going to shut up. And don't you shut up. Every one of you that, and this is the thing, don't be complaining. Do not be complaining, okay? Oh, and somebody says the police are distributing food. That's because not all police are bad. But just remember, at the end of the day, the police do not work for us. I just said that. Remember that. I'm not telling you to hate police. We don't hate anyone. We love ourselves and everyone unconditionally. But guess what? When they come to your door and they're saying, I'm just doing my job, right? Just know that they've buckled down. Now, how many people heard I'm just doing my job, okay, in the last 3 years? Okay? Why don't you find your passion and purpose and shove your job where the light doesn't shine? Seriously. And the majority doesn't help. They're quiet, or they're just so scared. Understand that. You know what? You only came onto this planet for one thing. The psychos are always going to have the keys to the planet. This planet was to test you, to see if you could unconditionally love yourself, your brothers and sisters. There would be no disease, because if you were in harmony and you unconditionally love yourself. Disease is actually just the end result of a toxic belief system. All right? Why is it that the people that come to us and they've got stage 4 inflammation and they only have a few days to live, they are actually, they're actually alive 10, 20 years later? Why is it that people believe that chemo, which most people do it, and even the ones that don't want to do it, and it only has a 3.2 success after 5 years? They're still doing it because it's so easy to program human beings, because we've been manipulated on every level. On every level. We're going to have to level up. We're going to have to level up. Listen, my prayers, my wishes go out to everyone, but not just the people that have a fire going on, but the people that believe they're under fire. I don't believe I'm under fire. Remember something, they only attack the low-hanging fruit. And you know this, whether you want to believe this or not, they have a whole 1/3 of the planet actually fenced off right now for them. They've already got it fenced off. You didn't know that, did you? 1/3 of the planet is fenced off for their playground, for their backyard. So anyways, 250,000, and they're all from the same bloodline and family. Did you know that? Get that sink into your head. Have hogtied 8 billion people. So I'm going to be flying out here on Sunday, but it never stops, does it? Okay, and I'm going to have my phone right here. And this isn't because I'm a protester. I'm not protesting. I just know that, guess what? You know, you don't get what you deserve. You have to earn it. But when I leave, I'll have my phone right here. And right now, you can't leave without them scanning your face. It's not a law. Everybody just does everything. So majority rules. I don't give a crap if I miss my plane. Nobody's scanning my face. Why is it you just do everything? Because you're so scared, eh? That's the exact reason why I'm going to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico has the only banking system I know of in the world that, guess what? Nobody can touch it. No federal government can touch the bank. They can't hold your money. They can't freeze your money in Puerto Rico. They can't give you lame excuses. They also can't tax you more than 4%. Doesn't matter where you live, anywhere in the world. Why aren't people standing up for themselves? And I've never ever went for the scanner. The X-ray thing, well, I've never done that. Never will do it. I'm not going to do anything to dishonor 500 trillion bacteria and 50 trillion cells. That's my community. This is my closest community. People say, it's all about community? Yeah, it's about my community. My 500 trillion bacteria, my 50 trillion cells, that's the first community that I'm going to respect. And most people can't even respect themselves, can they? You know, you want to talk about protesting. Well, what about loving and honoring, respecting yourself and your children and your wife or your husband? What about starting there? But you can't even do it because you can't even do it for yourself. You disrespect yourself. Okay, there's 31 of you here right now. You're going to tell me that after this course, you realized you weren't respecting yourself, were you? You were disrespecting yourself because we thought we had to fit in with everyone else that doesn't know how to unconditionally love themselves. And that's a fact. And you know right now that you still need to go and take these tools and learn how to unconditionally love yourself, and then nobody can do anything to you. Remember, these psychos are after the low-hanging fruit. They're after the people that will eat, drink, and think anything. Remember something, they work for an entity on this planet, and it feeds off of suffering. Think about it. Look at all the suffering in your family. Look at all the suffering you have. Look at all the suffering that goes on in the hospitals. And guess what? You all think it's normal. And guess what? No, I don't. Well, really? Then why are you part of it? Why are you part of it? Just know that the harvest is on. They're going to get what they want. They're going to get what they want. What do you think all the movies have been showing you? How the rebels are going to be renegades and fighting back and wanting and getting it back. So let me ask you a question, everyone here. What are you going to do when Vanguard and BlackRock decides to not let you into any grocery store in Australia? Have you got a plan?
Yeah, I'm a prepper.
Huh?
I'm a prepper. I'll upgrade.
Yeah, you got to. Remember, they're not going to do it forever, but they're going to try to pull whatever they can. That's why the tobacco industry owns every food corporation. Advanced water fast.
That was part of the plan too.
Yeah, well, guess what? The thing is that we got a big problem because the herd, which is 99 out of 100 people, they eat 3 meals a day and 3 snacks. Psychologically, they're screwed already. They think they have to eat to be happy and healthy, and none of them are healthy. You can't eat 3 meals a day and have 3 snacks a day and be healthy, but definitely you can look like you're healthy when everybody else is sick. 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease. I'm not going to go raggle on that today. But the reality is what we're going to do right now is we're going to go around the circle with everyone, and we're going to talk about everybody's family. You've got me thinking about Puerto Rico. Hey, trust me. I've got a lot of people thinking about Puerto Rico. We have a whole crew coming over, don't we?
Yep.
Yeah, we have tons of people coming from all over the world because it doesn't matter if you're in China or Africa. You can get a corporation over there and you can shut the government down right away. Get 2 corporations, you don't give them anything. Now you've got a nonprofit and you take all of the so-called tax money, okay, that they just give away anyways. And guess what? It doesn't go to roads and hospitals and schools. Before they started taxing, when they just started taxing from after the Second World War, correct? Yeah. So we had roads, we had schools, we had everything even better. So understand something, it's always been a scam jam. And you know, some of the lowest vibrational people, most narrow-minded people are anybody who works for the government. You got to know that. I mean, to work for the government, you got to have no brain or very little. You've got to be able to take orders and do the most stupidest things that dishonor a human being. So you need to get that. So the only reason why the harvest is happening, before I get cut off here, the only reason why the harvest is happening is because they've got everybody buying into their health care. They own the police, not all of them, but a majority, enough of them. Okay? They have the armies, they have the banking system, and they have the land and the grocery stores. So now what do we got? What do we got? We got low self-esteem. We got low self-esteem. We believe that we're not worth anything, so we've given everything away. They've given us sinner's syndrome, which means that we're all going to hell, and we just don't deserve anything. They've made us feel like we're failures because the whole schooling system is built on making you feel like a piece of crap and you're never good enough. And if you do get A's in school, you're spending so much time learning stuff that doesn't have anything to do with life. So then if you don't want to do it because you want a life, then you don't fit in and you fail. Well, guess what? When you fail in their system, you win in your system. And when you win with their system and you've gone to school all your life and then you've got all these things that you did in university, just know you are just so programmed. How many people with so many PhDs has done 3 or 4 of these? How intelligent is that? And people say, I love my teacher. Well, yeah, they're a human being. But the reality is anybody that's in any system like that is programmed. Totally programmed. And nobody know this, but in Europe, it goes to the Rothschild Publishing, every book. And in the United States, it goes to the Rockefeller Publishing. And Rockefeller Publishing, it goes to Rockefeller Publishing here, all your books. So they rewrite everything. It has to be where you feel like you're almost getting there, but never get there. They have to make you believe that this is as good as it gets. And guess what? Another scientific breakthrough is another way to take a piece of you. There has been no scientific breakthroughs. So it's called create the problem, reaction will have the solution. I'm not angry. It's just a game. And I think we're all trying to win back our wings, but you'll never have them until you have unconditional love and care for yourself, until you get rid of all of their rules and teachings, and that you totally love and honor and respect your children because they're smarter than you. And they have bigger hearts than you. And that we're all programmed, okay, to attack ourselves and each other. So once you get that, maybe you might want to watch out for that. Anyways, I love my life. I honestly love this planet. My life is great. I focus on everything that I want. I don't focus on what they want. I don't do what they want. And that's it. They cannot control you if you have unconditional love and care for yourself. That's it. So understand something. They're just prepping us. Because guess what? The majority of the population is now believing in climate change. All right? And that's how we're going to do it. So they're going to get it that if I just give in, we can win. Every time you give in, you lose. Love yourself first and foremost before anyone else or anything else, so help me God. And shine that light on every brother and sister. Do not hate another brother and sister. And know that no system was ever built for you. It was just built to make you believe it was for you. And this is as good as it gets, and that's BS. Thanks for joining us, everyone. And keep a smile on your face and leave smiles wherever you go. And be the ray of sunshine. Be the courage, okay? Be the person that doesn't blah, 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 blah. Do not pass any garbage around. Give everybody courage. Everyone, everywhere you go. Remember that. And what did I tell you guys? And I mean it. I don't want it to happen, but if it comes down and it burns my whole fulfillment center, you will not see me cringe at all. Not at all. I will never be buckled. Okay? They break your spirit, and that's all they want to do because they're living off of it. And just remember, that which created the universe has always, beyond unconditionally loved you. And that's the truth. So let yourself off the hook, and let's rise together. Thank you.